Here's how to progress past the talking stage into a relationship with a girl that you like, just like my client Todd did this last year. I'm going to teach you how in this video. So as we move into this next year, I was kind of sitting around reminiscing about some of my clients and some of the results that I got for them over the last year. And this guy, Todd, came to me. He was already dating like 2 or 3 different girls. But his problem was every time he'd like one girl, he could get probably like 2, 3 dates in, but he could never quite get to date 4. And he knew from study that in order to get into a relationship, you really have to consistently see somebody for about 2 months straight, which is true. And he wanted to know what it took to get from where he was at to where he wanted to be, which was a committed relationship with a girl that he really liked. So one of the things we had to get past was this idea of feeling guilty for dating multiple women at a time, because we as men, we want to commit, especially if we're relationship minded, we want to commit ourselves to one woman. We feel like we're being shady if we're talking to multiple girls at a time. But the reality of the matter is that you don't have a commitment to honor until you establish that commitment. In other words, until you're in a relationship, you're dating around. And that was one thing that we had to get over mentally in order to be able to get him to that place of getting into a relationship. So once Todd realized that he could ethically date multiple women at a time, he started to do that. And what it did was it cut down on his eagerness for the girl that he really, really liked, because he was diversifying his attention between a few different girls. He was taking them out, and it was helping him to act more, in a more relaxed manner when he was around the girl that he really liked. So to complement this newfound belief about dating multiple women at a time, we gave him a system of meeting new women every single day on social media, which in Todd's case, he already had 2 or 3 different girls he was talking to already, but it added 1 or 2 more into the mix for him to where, he was truly busy amongst all the different girls. And that gave the girl that he really liked time to decide that she liked him too, because women are much more slower to open the floodgates of emotions. They have to decide that they're really into a guy before they just attach themselves on. So by the time that Todd was all the way through the program, he was like 7 dates deep with, 3 different girls, I think, roughly. And that really gave him the power of choice to segue into a committed relationship with a girl that he really liked. And they've been together ever since. So for Todd, the big wins here were, changing his belief system about dating multiple women, having this system of being able to meet more women so that he could date multiple women, right? And then also basically understanding the structure of the date, understanding how to plan a date, how a date should go down, and having a coach in his back pocket to where he could debrief each date after it happened and get 1% better every time, because he was progressing further and further with each one of these girls. Now, the last thing I'll say about Todd was that one thing that he had to learn was how to become the fun guy, okay? Because when you're dating multiple women, you're not going to put all of them basically into a relationship bucket, right? Some of them are just going to be friends with benefits. And so it has to be okay in your mind that you're providing them some value other than being their potential boyfriend. And so for Todd, he really had to understand how to become this guy that just by hanging out with a girl, it was a blessing to her. Like being the fun guy, is a blessing to that girl, and it's a value in and of itself. And so once he convinced himself that that was okay, he could then really make that change into truly authentically being with each one of these girls, even though he was really only interested in one. Now, if any of these problems seem relevant to you and this story has resonated with you and you also can see the benefit in coaching. Coaching is not for everybody, but if you're interested in coaching, what you can do is click on my profile right here. There's a Stand Store link in my profile up at the top. And if you click that, it's going to take you to another menu, and you can click this button that says apply for one-on-one coaching. All right. Now, one-on-one coaching is not for everybody, but if it's something that you think that you would be a good fit for, fill out the application. We'll have a conversation about it. And here's to your 2023.